Hi, my name is Junping Lee, and this is my logical data model for the language learning platform case. This ERD model, a platform that supports structured language learning. The main requirements include learner's language pack, vocabulary items, translation, learner notice, pronunciation resources, tutor and classes, purchase, and external language exam result. Now I will start with the learner section. In the center of the diagram, the learner entity represents a registered user of the platforms. Since a learner may speak more than one native language, I use the learner native language as a junction entity between the learner and language. A learner may also study multiple target language, such as so learner target language connects each learner to the language they are learning. This entity also stores the learner's current proficiency level and learning status. The learner translation preference entity supports the requirement that a learner may want translation into native language. For example, someone learning French may both want both like English and German translation. The language entity is a central reference entity in this model. It connects the native language, connect the native language, target language, language pack, and vocabulary items translation, verb tenses, classes, and exam. The language pack entity represents paid learning contents for a specific language and topics. For example, a language pack may focus on car repairs in restaurants, Portuguese, or healthcare in French. A language pack can contain more like many vocabulary items, and the same vocabulary items can appear in more than one language pack. To resolve this many-to-many relationship, I created the language pack items conjunction entity. Vocabulary items stores the actual words and phrases include the item's text, item's type, and part of speech, grammatical, gender, source type, and also the learner who created if the items were personally added. Vocabulary item can also like assign to topics category through vocabulary item category. This allows the learners to browse vocabulary by category, even the items was personally added and not part of the specific language pack. Vocabulary translation stores translation for vocabulary items. One vocabulary item can have many translations, and each translation is connected to a language. These support the requirement that the learner may want to see more than one translation language. For verbs, I separate verb tense and verb conjugation. A language can have many verb tense, and verb vocabulary items can have many conjugate forms based on tense, person, and numbers. Learners can personalize their learning with learner vocabulary items, and learner notes. Learner vocabulary items tracks their learner's personal study list, while learner notes store private notes attached to the vocabulary items. Pronunciation resource stores the pronunciation link or audio resource, such as like Google Translation link. The business side is just over this, like near the bottom side. Um, of the model include language pack price and language pack purchase. Language pack price stores the price information, including regular and or discount price. Language pack purchase records which learner purchased which language pack and how much they pay. I also model tutor institute and classes. A learner institute can have many tutors and offer many classes. A tutor can teach many class offering. Since learners can enroll in many classes, a class can have many learner class enrollment resource that many-to-many relationship. The exam section models external proficiency. Exam provider represent like organizations such as the institute, like language exam connects to an exam provider to a language or proficiency level. Learner exam result records a learner's exam result, score, pass status, and award proficiency level. I also documented several like assumptions in the notebox. First, like a learner may have multiple native language and may have studied multiple like target language. Second, each learner may select up to two translation for each target language. Third, the learner created vocabulary is stored in vocabulary items but identified by source type and creator. Fourth, learner notes are private to each learner. So I didn't include the quiz table. So because of the quiz table, I mentioned like in the case, but the requirement is not provided enough detail. Overall, the logical model captured the major entity attributes, provide key, like primary key, foreign key, and relationship need to be supported by the language learning platform. This is all of my presentation.